Dear colleague of the Hellenic Association of Energy Economists, good morning. The coronavirus is not refraining the enthusiasm of many for the EU Green Deal. This is not surprising. Mrs. von der Leyen was elected by the European Parliament for that. When she was presented as candidate to lead the European Commission, she announced that she wants to make climate change the core policy of its mandate. Furthermore, the socialist candidate for this same position, Frans Timmermans, has promised to go green during the election. Now that they are both in the lead, they team up to transform the EU in the first green continent. Without any nuance, the Commission states that the EU will be carbon neutral by 2050. To achieve this, they have proposed EU climate legislation that should translate their political commitment into legal obligation, with the hope to attract new investment. They propose a 10-year plan financed to the tune of 1,000 billion, while acknowledging that this is insufficient. What they proposed last December was immediately endorsed by the European Council, with the exception of Poland. On 15 January, the European Parliament adopted a 120-point resolution with the same aim. The word financing is used 49 times in this resolution. The Maastricht criteria did not, however, allow member states to spend money that they do not have. But this was before the coronavirus crisis. At present, the Stability Pact has been suspended, and these promises to spend public money are much more easier to be implemented. Many believe that this is just the way to relaunch the economy, investing in renewable energy and stopping to help, for example, airlines which are at the edge of bankruptcy. I am not sure of that, because up to now renewable energy have been expensive. They were not economic when the first directive obliging their production was decided in 2008. Reaching 20% by 2020 became a binding legal obligation to force the market to produce uneconomic energy, including biofuel. In 2018, this directive has been updated to reach 32% by 2030. If renewable energy were competitive, there was no need to oblige anybody to produce them. Now that we have no money, why should we spend it on uneconomic solutions? The Green Deal insists also on the need to save energy in the building sector. This might make sense because heating represents in average 50% of the final energy demand. But is this the first priority for southern countries like Greece? Understandably, Poland opposed to the decision of the European Council. Poland produced 77% of its electricity with its national coal. All this teaches that situations are very different between member states, and solidarity should apply. Why the money that we do not have should be spent as Brussels wanted? Would it not be wise to leave the member state deciding how to better allocate the money the next generation will have to pay back? Since when it is wise to put all the eggs in the same basket? There are also legal issues with the Green Deal, but it is enough for today. Goodbye.